Hello, today's daily reading comes from the book of the Apocrypha. We are reading from 2nd Esdras chapter 7, and since this is a lengthy chapter, we will break it down into two parts. We'll cover half today and half tomorrow. Amen. Chapter 7 reads as follows. And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent to me the angel which had been sent to me the nights before. And he said to me, Get up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell you. And I said, Speak, my lord. Then he said to me, There is a sea set in a wide place, that it might be broad and vast, but the entrance thereof will be set in a narrow place, so as to be like a river. Whoso then should desire to go into the sea to look upon it or to rule it, if he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? Another thing also, there is a city built and set in a plain country, and full of all good things. But the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, having a fire on the right hand, and on the left the deep water, and there is the one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now be given to a man for an inheritance, if the heir pass not the danger before him, how will he receive his inheritance? And I said, It is so, Lord. Then he said to me, Even so also is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world, and when Adam has transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow and sorrowful and toilsome. They are but few and evil, full of perils and charged with great toils. For the entrances of the greater world are wide and sure, and bring out fruit of immortality. If then those who live enter not these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. Now therefore, why do you disquiet yourself, seeing you are but a corruptible man? And why are you moved, whereas you are but mortal? And why have you not considered in your mind that which is to come, rather than that which is present? Then I answered, said, O Lord, that bear rule, behold, you have ordained in your law that the righteous should inherit these things, but that the ungodly should perish. The righteous, therefore, will suffer straight things and hope for wide, but those who have done wickedly have suffered the straight things and yet will not see the wide. And he said to me, You are not a judge above God, neither have you understanding above the Most High. Yes, rather, let many that now be perish than that the law of God which is set before them be despised. For God strictly commanded such as came, even as they came, what they should do to live, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient to him, but spoke against him, and imagined for themselves vain things, and framed cunning plans of wickedness, and said moreover of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. But they despised his law and denied his covenants. They have not been faithful to his statutes, and have not performed his works. Therefore, Esdras, for the empty are empty things, and for the fool are fool things. For behold, the time will come, and it will be, when these signs of which I told you before will come to pass, and that the bride will appear, even the city coming out, and she will be seen that now is withdrawn from the earth. And whoever is delivered from the previously mentioned evils will see my wonders, for my son the Christ will be revealed with those that be with him, and will rejoice with those who remain 400 years. After these years will my son, the Christ, die for those who and all that have the breath of life, and the world will be turned into the old silent 7 days, like as in the first beginning, so that no man will remain. And after 7 days, the world that yet awakens not will be raised up, and that will die that is corruptible, and the earth will restore those that are asleep in her. And so will the dust those that dwell therein in silence, and the secret places will deliver those souls that are committed to them. And the Most High will be revealed upon the seat of judgment, and the compassion will pass away, and patience will be withdrawn, but judgment only will remain, truth will stand, and faith will wax strong, and the work will follow, and the reward will be showed, and God and good deeds will awake. and wicked deeds will not sleep. And the pit of torment will appear, and near it will be the place of rest, and the furnace will be showed, and near it the paradise of delight. And then will the Most High say to the nations that are raised from the dead, see you and understand whom you have denied, or whom you have not served, or whose commandments you have despised. Look on this side and on that. Here is delight and rest, and there fire and torments. This will he speak to them in the day of judgment. This is a day that has neither sun nor moon nor stars, neither cloud nor thunder nor lightning, neither wind nor water nor air, neither darkness nor evening nor morning, neither summer nor spring nor heat nor winter, neither frost nor cold nor hail nor rain nor dew, neither noon nor night nor dawn, neither shining nor brightness nor light, save only the splendor of the glory of the Most High, whereby all will see the things that are set before them. For it will endure as it were a week of years. This is my judgment and the ordinance thereof. But to you only have I showed these things. And I answered, I said even then, O Lord, and I say now, blessed are those who are now alive and keep the statutes ordained by you. But as touching them for whom my prayer was made, that what will I say? For who is there of those who are alive that has not sinned? And who of the sons of men that has not transgressed your covenant? And now I see that the world to come will bring delight to few, but torments to many. For an evil heart has grown up in us, which has led us astray from the statutes, and has brought us into corruption and into the ways of death, has showed us the paths of perdition, and removed us far from life, and that not a few only, but well near all that have been created. And he answered me and said, listen to me, and I will instruct you, and I will admonish you yet again. For the cause the Most High has not made one world but two. For whereas you have said that the just are not many but few, and the ungodly abound, hear the answer thereto. If you have exceedingly few choice stones, will you set for you near them according to their number things of lead and clay? And I said, Lord, how will this be? And he said to me, not only this, but ask the earth, and she will tell you. Entreat her, and she will declare to you. For you will say to her, you bring out gold and silver and brass and iron also, and lead the clay. But silver is more abundant than gold, and brass and silver and iron than brass, lead than iron, and clay than lead. Judge you therefore which are precious, and be desired, what is abundant or what is rare. And I said, O Lord, that bear rule, that which is plentiful is of less worth, for that which is more rare is more precious. And he answered me and said, weigh within yourself the things that you have thought. For he that has what is hard to get rejoices over him that has what is plentiful. Ooh. So also is the judgment which I have promised, for I will rejoice over the few that will be saved, inasmuch as these are those who have made my glory now to prevail, and of whom my name is now named. And I will not grieve over the multitude of those who perish, for these are those who are now like to vapor and are become as flame and smoke. They are set on fire and burn hotly and are quenched. And I answered and said, O you earth, why have you brought out if the mind is made out of dust, like as all the other created things? For it were better that the dust itself had been unborn, so that the mind might not have been made from it. But now the mind grows with us, and by reason of this we are tormented because we perish and know it. Let the race of men lament, and the beasts of the field be glad. Let all that are born lament, but let the four-footed beast and the cattle rejoice. For it is far better with them than with us. For they look not for judgment, neither do they know of torments or of salvations promised to them after death. For what does it profit us that we will be preserved alive, but yet afflicted with torment? For all that are born and are defiled with iniquities, and are full of sins, and laden with offenses, and if after death we are not to come into judgment, perhaps it had been better for us. Amen. We have read up to verse 70 and we'll continue the rest tomorrow.